Okay, today we have a very special person in the name of Rivas from New York, upper state as they would say. And he's here today on the Reggae Tree. And this Reggae Tree is a very special tree. This Reggae Tree is where Bob Marley used to eat his lunch, and after digesting, then he go on the street and play football with the 12 tribes. So we are at a very, very special place. It's historical, and we're here with Rivas, the artist, the musician, the producer, beat maker. We're here with him today to speak with him, chat with him a little.
I see the sunshine.
How are you doing today, Mr. Rivas?
Wow.
Nice to meet you.
Blessings, blessings.
That's it.
If you're not living good, travel wide. I said I'm a living man.
How do you feel sitting on the Reggae Tree?
Let me tell you, man. I don't know what God's doing, but I like it. I like it. I feel honored to be right here where the legendary Bob Marley used to sit and eat.
You're sitting right where he sat and have his lunch. Tell us about New York, your early life in New York.
I grew up in the church, in the First Spanish Church of the Nazarene in Rochester, New York. That's upstate New York. So I've always had that background, that foundation of Jesus Christ in my family from my grandfather back in the 50s when they came up from Puerto Rico up to the States. So, since I was a kid, music was always in my family, being in the church. So I grew up, listening to music and playing music and being a part of music in the church. And, that just started, that everything has been history as far as musical abilities to write and produce and be a musician and do all of those things.
But when is it that you start really going professional with your music?
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Growing up, I was a knucklehead. I didn't like going to school, going to high school. So I used to sit in my room and play guitar and write songs for hours, even the whole day. Night and day, throughout weeks, just be in my room, locked up, writing music. And ever since then, I knew I was doing that and putting all my time into music because it was a passion that I had. So, and I just felt that passion just developed into, professionalism of, being a perfectionist of how I want to hear sounds and how I want to hear rhythms and how I want songs to be constructed in my way.
Yeah.
So,
and you have actually blend the street music of hip hop with the real in-depth gospel.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I feel like a lot of gospel music, even gospel hip hop, and I don't want to, put the whole genre of, Christian music down, but I feel like sometimes it's not real to a point. We all make mistakes. And I want to be able to reach out somebody who's rolling a spliff or who's rolling a blunt in a car and who's, sipping on some Hennessy. I want to, preach to those people through my music, which hip hop, it's all part of the culture. So, I want, people from the church to the guy on the street hustling, I want him to listen to my music.
Well, if someone should ask you what kind of music you do, what would you say to them?
Well, What kind of music I do? That's a great question, you know. To me, I just write, you know, music that has a positive message, and it's evangelistic music, you know, because I'm evangelizing to a broad spectrum of people. So it just has a positive message, and you know, and that's one of the reasons why I've always had a heart for reggae music, for the Jamaican culture. As you see, I've been growing my locks out for 15 years. So I've always known that, you know, Bob Marley, you know, my belief system is not maybe the exact same as Bob Marley, but you know, there's a lot of similarities as far as, you know, my music and his music's inspired by the Bible. So either way, it has a positive message, no matter who's listening to it, what religion, what race you are. It has a positive message.
I know that Bob Marley must have given you some inspiration.
Yeah.
Is there any other artist in Jamaica that might have played a role in your inspiration?
Well, actually, yeah. I really like Peter Tosh, Sizzla, Kalonji from the town here. And there's quite a few, you know. I like Chronics, the in-depth reggae artists. Well, one of my main collaborations with Sasha, who did a tune with Sean Paul, maybe back in 2001. I'm Still in Love. It was just an honor to work with her and collaborate with her on a tune. Now that she's a Christian, she believes in Jesus Christ now. So that was an honor to collaborate with her on that track and come up with the tune Righteous, which is on all digital platforms.
Righteous.
By Rivas and Sasha, yeah.
Give us a little piece of Righteous. Is that possible?
A little piece, okay. Live and direct, righteousness is on set. Glory and praise to the one who makes the sun raise. My eyes gaze fixed on Jesus the Son, who is raised. Blood shed, word of God ingrained even on my door frame. Hear, O Israel, Jesus is real. Prophecies from old to new protect me from the one who steals. Double-edged blade swinging, beheaded discernment, army of like the bees, and this is how we stinging. Praise the name of Christ, elevation through the nations. Soar beyond the strife, it's belief beyond vacation. You know, that's just a little something.
That's in that lyrics.
Yeah.
So who are some of the artists you'd like to collaborate with?
Oh man, some of the artists I would like to collaborate with Sizzla Kalonji, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you know, I'm talking, these are people that I've been listening to. You know, they have a positive message, you know. So
Sizzla alone.
Sizzla, so many. Sizzla, who else? You know, Capleton, Chronics, you know, a bunch of those. I would like to even, you know, do a tune with Junior Gong, you know.
Yeah.
That'd be fire. But who knows, you know?
Yeah.
What God has plans. You know, my favorite book in the Bible is the book of Proverbs. Proverbs is filled with wisdom, and there's so many poetic, sayings and proverbs that, you know, we apply to our life. So I take scriptures from the book of Proverbs and I make it to my own in my lyrics.
Nice. You are under the Reggae Tree. I want the world to know that this Reggae Tree is a symbol of a foundation tool of Mr. Dean Roden. Tell us about how you come to know this great personality.
Let me tell you something, man. It was God ordained. I say God ordained because I was doing Uber driving from 5 o'clock in the morning
Yeah.
to about 10 a.m. in the morning, and he was one of my passengers. He was probably he was the 6th passenger that I picked up on that day that he was flying out here to Jamaica in the Rochester, New York airport. And so I go to his house, I collect all the luggage, and then he says to me, "Yo, Nazi Dread, speaking all this," and I was like, "Yo, what's up, man?" And he just had such a pleasant and just warming greetings to me. And throughout the whole car ride, man, it was just a magical experience. And I ended up praying for him and his wife before they went into the airport. And ever since then, it's been history.
Wow.
And now I'm an ambassador of Let's Talk Under the Reggae Tree.
Yeah.
And I'm here in Jamaica.
That's what he does.
Yeah, man. So
You've started out for quite a while now, and you're starting to collab with artists. Are you getting gigs,
yeah, I get gigs, here and there, whether if it's in a school or rapping in a juvenile facility, rapping to, troubled youths, performing in the summertime at, amusement parks. We have Six Flags, things like that, with the broad, larger audience.
So you're actually spreading the gospel.
Actually spreading the gospel. And I put out videos, a lot of content. I'm constantly writing. I write with various different artists from across across the U.S.
Well, where can people find your music, or on YouTube, your social media contact?
I'm Rivas Music 83 on Instagram. And you can find me on all digital platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, and you just type in Rivas, Rivas, and believe me, you're gonna see me. There's gonna be an artist picture.
Yeah.
Just hit that button and you're gonna listen. Well, I want the world to know my love for music and my passion and love for Jesus Christ, and bringing the love of Christ through my music, and speaking to that person who has no hope, or who feels like they have no way out when they're in the ruts. So, and to not focus on the hard times, but to focus on the cross. Focus on what Jesus Christ did on the cross, the blood that he shed on the cross, the humiliation that he went through, so we can have forgiveness, so we can have happiness, so we can have salvation in him, so.
And we rejoice and pray in the name of Rivas Music.
Yeah.
It's nice speaking to you, Rivas.
Blessings.
It's a blessing having you here under the Reggae Tree.
Thank you, sir.
Right where your inspiration sat and had lunch, digest, play football, come back, take off his shoes. That's right there where he sat. So nice talking to you under the Reggae Tree. Sir Rivas,
thank you.
100%.
Oh, pirates, yes, they rob I. Sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took us down to the bottomless pit. But my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation
officially redeemed the Reggae Tree
Oh man.
at Hermitage, Kingston
Wow.
7, Beaumont Road.
Man.
Thank you for being here, Rivas, one more
Wow,
time.
thank you.
You officially redeemed the Reggae Tree
Appreciate you.
100%. Thank you.